Hey there everyone, so today we'll be learning about pointers. So let's get right into this video. So let's start with the first question, which is obviously what are these pointers? What are pointers? So let me answer this straightforward. This is nothing much. A pointer is a variable which stores the address of your variable. Simple. A pointer is a variable which stores the address of your variable. There's nothing more than these two pointers. Sounds small, simple, but it's gonna get bigger by time. So how do we declare a pointer? How is that? So let's first declare a normal variable int x, and let's assign this the value of 10, or let's say 20, and let's declare one more variable, let's say y, and let's assign this the value of 30. Now how I want to declare a pointer is using the star operator or the asterisk operator. So we're going to use int star or the asterisk, and let's give the name. So it follows the basic naming convention rules. Pointer to x, anything you can name it, your name, anything. And then what we're going to do is write equals to or the assignment operator, and then we're going to give ampersand. So this is going to fetch me the address. So this over here is going to fetch me the address. And which variable's address I want x's address. And let's create one more variable. Let's say pointer to y, and let's give this the value y. This is it. We have created two pointer type variables. Okay, so now I want to do is let's just print this once. So how I want to print this? So to print pointers, we're going to use the data type specifier as modulus p. And now we're going to print this pointer's value. So pointer to x, and then we have pointer to y, and let's save this and let's have a run. Okay, so what have I done over here? So it's showing me, okay, so I haven't given a star over here, my bad. So here we have the two addresses. So the address is a combination of alphabets and numbers. Sometimes you might find a hashtag also in there. So this is the address of y, and this right here is the address of x. So what can I do with these addresses? Can't do anything with the address. You want to play with the values inside. So how do I fetch the values? So to fetch the values, let me do that. So my value is of integer type. So I'm gonna obviously get an integer type variable over here, modulus t, and then we have modulus t. I want to fetch the values. To fetch the value, we use a dereferencing operator or the asterisk operator again, and write pointer to x or y, whatever you want the value. Again, star pointer to y. So now if I save this and we run this, so we get 20 and 30. So now what I'm getting is I'm getting the values. Instead of the address, I'm getting the values. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna go to that address and fetch the value instead of fetching the address. So you might have occurred by a doubt that why am I using int over here? So this is a rule for pointers, that if your variable is of int type, then your pointer also must be of int type. So if it was char, this also has to be of character type. And if it's float, and it's gonna be for float. Same way for other data types. So now what I want to do is let's do a small arithmetic program. Let's just add the two variables. So this is a simple, I'll just name this program for pointers. And now what I want to do is let me say I want to do maths using pointers. This will be simple. So we're just going to print the sum. So I want to make a variable sum equals to, let's say, so we need the value of x, we need the value of y. So how do we get that? Pretty simple. Star pointer to y, we have x first, and then we have plus, let me give the space, it's not required but I'm giving it, to y, Let me remove it just so that it's not confusing anyone. Okay. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to print the value. Print f modulus t, and then we can print our sum. Save it and we can run it. So what this is going to show me, it's going to show me a problem. So I'm going to give a space over here so that it's not confused. Is it? Oh yeah, I have not given a star over here. Sorry, my bad. So these are mistakes you might make. So keep these mistakes in your mind. Okay. Now let me save this and let's run this. So we have not given my slash in. Okay, that's again small mistakes. Okay. So we have the two addresses getting printed. Now we have the values and then there's the sum. So that's how we use pointers, and now we're gonna go a little bit step deeper into this. So we are done with this. Now I want to go to arrays. So let's say pointers for arrays, or how to use, let's say how to use pointers for arrays. Now let's declare obviously an array of, let's say, 3 size, and let's give it some value 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, so now what I want to do is let's make a pointer, and let me put a fact right down over here. So I'll give a fact up here. So the name of an array is itself the pointer to its first element. So what this is trying to say is that this array's first element is already being pointed by this name over here, ARR. So that's already an address. So what we can do is we can make a pointer of, let's say, int type int pointer, and then we can give this the value ARR. Now here, if you notice carefully, I have not given the ampersand sign. Why? Because this is already a pointer. So if this is already a pointer, I can directly assign this to another pointer. Now we want to print the values. So we go here, write modulus t, and then we can print the value of this particular one. So to get the value, we need to dereference it. Keep that in your mind. You might miss that. So if I run this, we get 3. I forgot my slash n. So now I want to print all the particular values over here. So what I want to do is, right, go here, star ptr plus 1, star ptr plus 2. So what this is going to do is going to move on to the next one, then the next one. So we can save this, and it's, oh, I have not given here modulus t. Save it and let's run this. So if you see clearly, we have not given a star over here. Interesting, silly mistakes. So we have 3, 4, 5 over here. Obviously these are the values over here. So what is actually happening is my pointer was pointing to 3. Then I said, your pointer, move to the next one. So it went to 4. Then I said, pointer, move to the last one. And then it went here. So that's how. But the thing is that the pointer's value has not changed. My pointer is still pointing to the first element. If I want to change the value, what I can do is I can say pointer equals to pointer plus 2. And then it's gonna go to the last. I forgot my equals to sign. Yeah. And then it's gonna go to the last variable over here in this particular array. So that's how pointers work with arrays. So it's very similar for string, but strings have particularly interesting cases. So pointers in strings, I don't know what you would name this. Usage of pointers in string. This is particularly peculiar cases I'm going to be doing here. So let me declare a array of character type, or basically a string. Let's say this is name and it has size 10, and let's give this string. That's what just came to my mind. Okay. So how do I print this? So it's pretty simple. First I have to make a pointer, obviously, char star, and now we can name it, let's say p. And now obviously the same rule, that character's name and array's name is a pointer itself. So I did this, saved it, and now I can print it modulus s comma p. So now the speciality of this is I don't have to move individually between character elements. I can just say modulus s and it's going to print until it figures out there's a slash zero encountering or a null character. So what this does is it just prints the whole. Okay, again my slash. Okay, so it's printing the whole thing whichever is assigned over here. So now what if I want to just print a particular part of this? So I can move my pointer a few steps ahead. So as I showed you, p is equals to p plus how far is this? So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm gonna move it 4 steps ahead. And now we're gonna write the same thing again, modulus s comma p. Okay. So notice the fact that I'm not using star over here. I've not used star. That's pretty interesting, right? So now what it's printing? It's printing. Okay, I've not given slash in again. Let me give that. So for strings, we do not give stars over here for dereferencing. So we have this thing printed here, and then we have this over here. So now let's say you just wanted a particular element over here. Let's say s, or maybe you wanted just su. If you wanted su, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this k as slash 0. So k is how far away from this? It's 1, 2, 2 spaces far away. So I can say star pointer. It's p, basically p plus 2 equals to quotes and single quote, and then we give slash 0. So this is your null character. You can give it a space, and now we can print our thingy. So which is modulus s, and then we have our, what is the name, p. Okay, semicolon, save it. So it's printing it. I have not given my slash indefinitely, as you should. Okay, so we have this printed here. So what it did was it moved to this. It was already here. Now whenever it encounters in slash 0, so what we did was remove this k and made a slash 0 here. So as soon as it encountered that, it stopped printing. Obviously you can do your regular way using modulus c and get a single variable printed, but we are using strings particularly right now, modulus especially. You can, let's see what gets printed. Let's print this, print f, and then we have modulus c. Okay, obviously slash in first, and then we'll give modulus c. And now let's print what is the value which is stored at p right now, comma, and then p. So what I'm expecting is s. Let's see what comes out. Because this is a character and this needs to be dereferenced now. Why? Because this is a single element. So now when I dereference this, we are getting the value. So this is a fact which you must know, that if you're using characters, you all have to use star. If you're using strings, you don't have to use the star or the dereferencing thingy. For single elements, we have to use star, and for a bunch of elements or basically a string, we don't have to use it. So this is your pointers in simple. I think this is a 10-15 minute video. I don't know how long this is going to be. Thank you guys for watching.